So near as to get a hotel room just down the street. But, and many of you from afar, from all over the country.
Israel.
Israel included, thank you. From all over the country. So, again, thank you all for coming. It really means quite a lot to Rachel and I for having all of you here, having all of our family and friends in one place, and having you all here.
If anyone wants to be a backup if tomorrow doesn't work out, you guys, we're taking auditions.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are. Thank you for that unplanned joke. So, with that, again, want to thank you all. Enjoy it. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy tonight. And let's eat. Let's celebrate. Oh yeah, and check your table numbers. Thank you.
So, for those of you who don't know me, Rachel and I met our very first night in Michigan. And while neither of us remember too much of the details, we have been best friends ever since. Rachel and I have been through it all together. Freshman year at our ultimate low, when we both gained the infamous 15 pounds. Staying up late at AKO, studying and eating more cereal and insomnia cookies than both our body weights combined. Thanks for that, Shelly, wherever you are. Spring breaks that ended with us falling asleep while hugging each other as tight as possible. Only she will get that one. When we both pushed each other into your birthday cake at Skeeps, but continued to stay until close. Skeeps is a college bar.
Not a college bar.
The greatest memory of college, driving to Atlanta for the Final Four. And then on the way back, when it was Rachel and I's turn to drive, we went 8 hours out of the way. Because we were too busy talking. She was the worst co-pilot. Graduation day, crying. When my grandma had to give her a grandma hug, as she likes to call it, because we weren't going to be in the same city. And so many more, I could go on forever. And as I was always your +1 in college, you will forever be my +1. Sorry, Matt. I also could not have picked a better guy for you. Hayden, I never thought I could use both blessing and dating app in the same session. But it truly is a blessing that you moved to Nashville and got on J-Swipe and found Hayden. You will always hold a very special place in my heart, not only because you are incredibly kind and selfish, as you all know, because you are absolutely perfect for your best friend. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness. I love you so much.
I want to tell you about two people with incredible chemistry. When you see them together, you just can't help but smile. Their parents adore them. They're the perfect team. This is true love. But enough about me and Hayden. I do For those of you who don't know me, I'm Matt Baker. I'm Hayden's cousin, best friend, and also his best looking friend.
You laugh at that.
Turn down here, it's true. I have to admit, this is incredibly surreal. I've known Hayden all my life. I knew him before he started dressing like a hipster and wearing skinny jeans. Tight in the back. I knew him before he started styling his hair with Just For Men touch of gray. CPS aisle 7, if you look at the box, look at the dial on the box, spoiler alert, it looks like Hayden. I knew him back when the only way to get in touch with him was to dial 736-129 or to ride my bike over to Park Shore West. And so over the course of those many years, Hayden has been my best friend, and he's always had my back. Despite his lack of good looks and limited athletic ability, Hayden has, without fail, always been there when you need him. He is one of the best people I know. But Hayden has become even better since meeting Rachel. Oh, that was cute too, that's why I wrote it. They say opposites attract. Sorry, it's overseen. Rachel's incredible personality, beauty, and smarts are the perfect balance to Hayden and whatever the opposite of beauty and smarts. And as I've gotten to know Rachel, I've seen someone whose energy lights up the room, who is driven by her work, who is devoted and dedicated to her family, and who I know will have Hayden's back and vice versa, just like he's had mine for all these years. Hayden and Rachel are a remarkable match. I'm so blessed to have them both in my life. So I ask that you raise a glass to Hayden and Rachel. Chaim.
My name is Jackie, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm Annie. We both know Rachel from college, from U of M. I'm currently living in Detroit, and Annie, Rachel, and Hayden all live in Chicago, as you all know, together. I'm trying to get that moving. The distance has been tough for us, but we do a pretty good job of staying in touch regularly. Anne and I actually wrote this entire speech over FaceTime, so apologies if it feels like a hastily packed suitcase.
It really was a little bit difficult because Rachel kind of put parameters on what we could and could not talk about, and that kind of cut out all of the college stories that we have, and all of that kind of baloney. But that really is okay because some of our favorite stories are the ones with sweet Hayden.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel had talked a lot about Hayden before we met him, but when she finally brought him home to us, I would say immediately we knew that he was the one for us. hers.
Yes, we're not in this relationship.
It's their thing.
We've done our thing.
We've done our thing.
Separate,
not together.
But they have done theirs, and it's great. We love that. Rachel had told us ahead of time that Hayden had kind of a dad bod, which she loved. Like that was a big, that's a big thing for her. Well, I don't know. She did. She loved it. And I mean, knowing the kind of men that Rachel was attracted to in her previous relationships, we're not naming any names. We're not. Again, no names. No names at all. Honestly, expectations were not high at all. But then in walks Hayden. And I mean, look at him. He is literally perfect for us. I mean, just our type. Her type. We're not interested at all.
To be fair, this was the time in Rachel's life where a balanced diet for her was running 7 miles a day every morning, eating a plain turkey burger, Sam's bun, with some steamed broccoli for dinner,
Right.
and then later, copious amounts of tequila,
Still our favorite drink.
followed by an entire feta bread from the Pizza House,
Right.
which we were all, of course, also doing, minus the running and minus the healthy food part. So, we all had dad bods.
No, really. I mean, honestly, in all seriousness, I think that we were a little bit surprised because of the way Rachel used to talk about her past boyfriends. Seriously, Rachel is the kindest, most thoughtful person I know, but she once told us that she really had no problem forgetting her boyfriend's birthdays, or blowing them off to get her nails done with Hannah, or just not responding to their text messages for days on end because she just wanted her space.
Yeah,
And we get.
We love space.
We love distance. Any kind of distance from men.
Get out.
Yeah.
I want them.
This is a choice.
Yeah, but she told us that she knew that Hayden was the one because she genuinely wants him to be happy, and I think it's so clear. We all see that. They're so sweet together. The way they look at them, the way they look at each other.
Hello.
The way they look at each other, the way they talk to each other. They go together like Tito's and an entire tub of sugar-free Cool Whip. Rachel's favorite late-night combo. No, but really, I mean, they've been together through law school drama, through moving to different cities, new jobs, all of it. They are the perfect match.
They really are such a great match. And Rachel treats her friends like family, and really we are so lucky to be on the receiving end of that. We really are. She's supportive, she's loyal, she's really got your back no matter what. The most generous person I know.
Yeah, I do have to say that when Rachel found out that all of the bridesmaids get fake eyelashes
Oh my God.
included with our makeup for tomorrow, she was truly over the moon for
She
it.
was
I will say though that my favorite part about Rachel is that she tells you exactly what you want to hear, even if it's literally the worst advice ever, and leads you down like, I don't know, a 3-year toxic relationship.
Hypothetically. But yeah, no. We are strong, independent women. Never.
No.
Never.
Rachel,
But you were a big part of that.
Rachel, do you think I should text him?
Definitely.
Oh my God, you're so right. I should.
And really, Hayden too has become one of our best friends. He really does know how important Rachel's friends and family are to her, and he's taken an active role in becoming one of the gang. We have all become very close. So close, in fact, some people might question the dynamic of this relationship. But honestly, I mean, we could do so much worse than be sister wives. To these two people, really. Yeah, it'd be an upgrade. Honestly. Yeah.
Rachel is funny.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. She's strong-willed. Hayden is supportive. He's charming.
Oh my God.
He's strong.
You guys, he's fake. He's been going to every day. Really.
He's the kind of guy who can handle a lot of women, and here's hoping a lot of women.
No, but honestly, we're joking. We love you guys. This is a joke. We're kidding.
All a bit.
Yeah, this is just a bit. That's not what our goal at all. But honestly, we love you guys so much, and we're so excited to be here with you this weekend.
Can't wait to marry you guys tomorrow.
For those that don't know me, I'm J.W. Brunson. As a resident of Music City, USA, I do want to say welcome. I hope everybody's having a good time and you're ready to party even more tomorrow. I want to share a few quick things and stories about Hayden. I first met Hayden in college in South Carolina when he became my fraternity brother after rushing Pike. We got to know each other pretty well in the fraternity, and let me tell you, this kid was a frat star. You know how everyone has stereotypes of hipsters and frat guys, you know the jokes. Hipsters wear skinny jeans, V-neck, sneakers. Well, Hayden was the stereotypical southern frat boy wearing these colorful polos, short shorts, and Sperry's. I mean, total frat star. But he was also a rock star in the fraternity and just an all-around good guy. And he was an awesome fraternity brother. And I got to see him become rush captain, pledge educator. And I think there's a lot of us in the room here that probably share a few stories about those days, by KA. But we're going to have to save those for another time. The one thing I will say is that Hayden definitely always knew how to have a good time. That hasn't changed. But I really got to know Hayden even better after college when he moved here to Nashville. We became very good friends, and I would say this is when he moved from being my fraternity brother to my real brother. You know, one great thing about Hayden is that he's always there for his friends. And he's certainly there, he's been there for me on more than one occasion. When you go to him for advice, he'll always listen to you, and he might not tell you what you want to hear, but he will tell you what you need to hear. And I'm very thankful for him being a sounding board for me and many others over the years. While he was here in Nashville, we pretty much did everything together, from going to work functions, to the Indy 500, to traveling to Mexico, to just events around the city. So we spent so much time together that I need to thank you, Rachel, because if you two hadn't met, we were probably only a few months away from us getting wedding together. So it was dicey there for a little while. So thank you, Rachel, and thank you for putting up with me and letting me be the third wheel for so long. Speaking of Rachel, I remember the one day when I knew she was the one for Hayden. Hayden can sometimes be strong-willed and opinionated, for those of you that don't know him. This one time, Rachel wanted to go out downtown for some drinks, and Hayden and I wanted to do something else. I don't remember what it was at the time. It was winter, it had just snowed. I think we were debating whether we were going to brave the snowstorm or not. And Rachel walked in while we were discussing this, heard us discussing it, looks at us and just says, "Hayden, JW, man up." And we both said, "Yes, ma'am," and we went down there. And I think that was a key moment because I got to see this subtle change in Hayden after he met Rachel and shortly after that moment. And it wasn't a bad change or anything like that, but for one, he started using us and we a whole lot more. Hayden also just had this different comfort that he projected. It's a little hard to explain, but I think that Rachel was able to draw out Hayden's full self and true self, really. And I think that's what love is, right? It's when your heart knows it's found its home and your soul becomes comfortable enough to express its true self. And I think I got my confirmation of this right after Hayden, of Hayden's true self right after he moved to Chicago, because two things happened. One, as soon as he moved there, like that day, he bought a Canada Goose jacket. I mean, within a few hours of him being there. And two, when he visited Nashville the very next weekend, literally the next weekend, he wasn't wearing those colorful polos and short shorts anymore, but he was wearing a V-neck tee, skinny jeans, and sneakers. So Hayden, I didn't know your true self was becoming a hipster, but I am very happy for you. All jokes aside, I'm very happy for you and Rachel. I love you both. I wish you nothing but the best. To Hayden and Rachel.
Wow, good to see everybody. Hard acts to follow, to say the least. I'll be a little bit of a downer compared to the previous acts. No question about that. I know now the folks on the Dunk side of the family and the Silverman side of the family, they don't know me all that well. Everybody else in here does, and so I know what you're thinking. You've been talking amongst yourselves. Is he going to pass out? What's the over-under on when he'll start bawling? If you've been to brists with me or you've been to bar mitzvahs with me, you know that is inevitable. That's right. That's right. We'll have another bris coming up in August. So it's cooking right here. It's in the oven. So I don't know. Anybody got an idea of the over/under on the bawling part? Can you give me
3 minutes.
3 minutes? I don't know. We shall see. First of all, though, I seriously want to say on behalf of Marisa and the rest of my family, we want to welcome everybody to this opening act of this big hoedown in Nashville. And I say ho as in not the ho that y'all were thinking about. I'm talking about the dance, the hoedown. In Nashville, where we will see Rachel and Hayden perform their duet tomorrow. Shout out to Marisa and Ashley for all their hard work in planning tonight's gathering, and thanks to the folks here for putting it all together. You know, Marisa and Ashley typically, given day, probably talk about every 20 minutes. It was cut down to about 10 minutes during the process of planning this thing. I mean, constantly. Well, did you talk to him? Did you talk to her? Did you get the napkins? Did you get the wine? All this sort of stuff. A special shout out to the owner of the famous saloon who I met today for the first time, Mae West. I don't know if Mae is anywhere in the neighborhood. She is fantastic. You might not know this, you probably don't. I didn't know it until I started interviewing her. Because Mae West, who has the name Mae West, but the original Mae West, right? And if you know who Mae West was, you ask the question, how'd you get the name Mae West? And she said, she's the granddaughter of country music Hall of Fame singer Dottie West. So we've got some severe, serious country music history in our midst. And of course, you're in Nashville, what else are you gonna have? So, it's wonderful to have the family members on both sides from all over the country to come join us tonight. My brother Harold and sister-in-law Susan, all the way from Latta, South Carolina, home of champions. My best bud, Chris Bethea, not a family member, brother from another mother, also from Latta. Good to have them here. My last remaining aunt or uncle, Aunt Minna, from Philadelphia. The last one standing. Now, she's a shrink, so if any of you need some help, she's good. She's really good. All right? Glad to have her and her family here with us, my cousins. Many of my cousins, friends from all over the country who have made it here, cousins, family, friends from all over the country. And of course, our new family members and new friends from Chicago and connected locales. It's great to have all you here as well to share in this joyous occasion. Craig and Shelley and Hannah and Zach, Judy and Clive, Jane and Opa. All the rest of your gang, you've been a pleasure to meet and get to know. I can't think of a better family to send my Hayden off to. I know he's in good hands in Chicago. I hope you guys will share him with us from time to time for years to come. I can tell you from our experience, your family will be enriched by having him in it. Of course, I'd like to take a moment to remember many close to us who we wish were still with us here this weekend. Grandparents of Hayden and Rachel, Moses and Frida Kornblut, Jack and Barbara Rosenberg, and Jay Silverman. We think of them this weekend. We are so happy to be adding Rachel to our family. You know, Rachel, in my life, I've known some very strong women. Of course, there's my mom, Frida. Then there's my mom, Marisa. No doubt. Of course, there's Ashley. Strongest of them all, no question about it, is my Maddie. She is the bomb. And of course, my little Eli right here, who's doing a great job of paying attention. And now, there is you. I knew from the first time Hayden introduced you to us that you were something special. Special for him, special in your own right. Your discipline is incredible. 6-mile runs every day, valedictorian in high school, Michigan grad, and Vandy Law. All very impressive. I don't know how the hell you did it, baby. Yet, the thing about you, Rachel, you also know how to be normal. You know how to have a good time. You know how to smile. I've seen you chasing cockroaches in South Carolina, trying to figure them out. You wanted to see a palmetto bug up close, and we showed it to you, and you didn't freak out. I mean, most women run the other way. You did not freak out. And I can tell by how you interact with your parents, your sister, and your brother that there is a unique closeness there, and you know how to love. And I can tell by how you look at Hayden and you handle Hayden, there is a deep, long-lasting love there. There is respect, there is admiration, and there is love. And that will take the two of you a long way into the future. Hayden, you never know when love is going to bite you. You could be minding your own business, sitting on a bus headed to safety camp, and it'll plop right down next to you. You could be working for years in a JCC next to someone you consider a friend. Next thing you know, you have found your life mate. Or you could go on a first date to a hockey game, a sport you knew nothing about. And like a check into the boards, it slams you into the ground. So when you know, you know. And I know that you know you have found that girl that you've been looking for. And you looked at a lot of them.
How many?
You're no longer that loser I thought you were. So, your mother and I, your sister, your extended family, all of your friends are so proud of you. You have been a joy in our lives. Parents like us could not have asked for a better son. Loving, respectful, caring, loyal, honest, determined, focused, hardworking, dedicated. Just a few words I can think of to describe you best. Watching you grow and develop into the man you are today has been one of the greatest joys of our lives. I know moving forward as you enter the next phase of your life with Rachel, you'll be a fabulous husband. Still hard for me to say it. You'll be a fabulous husband and a wonderful father. Opa has told me repeatedly he expects many children. He thinks you two will make wonderful, beautiful children. He wants a lot of them. So, I know this has been done already, but I had written my speech before he wrote his, so it's still good. Can I ask everyone to raise a glass to Hayden and Rachel? And with the two of them, let's wish them the best in health and happiness for many, many years to come. Let's all say, L'chaim. Left to both of them.
I am so proud of you and delighted that you have selected the most perfect perfect person to be with you and beside you for the rest of your life. That too is very important and will complete you 100%. I have always loved and adored you. I wish you all the very best and pray that the best yet has to come to you. Love forever, or love always, love always. Miss Jen Zacconi, your first grade teacher, who also is now also the one who made the cake for us. And it's very sweet. Clearly did not teach me well enough how to read cursive. Yeah. Thank you all again. Can't say how much it means to both of us. Us and Eli, obviously. To have you all here. And to all the warm wishes and the hard punches from some of you. Won't be forgotten. But again, thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of the night, and enjoy your dessert, which was also made by Miss Zacconi. And enjoy the weekend. Have a great time. Don't stay out too late on Broadway. We'll see you throughout the rest of the weekend and tomorrow. Thank you all.